Someone's dropped a bomb somewhere, contaminating atmosphere and blackening the sky.
Welcome to Defeat Corruption News. We are all for middle ground politics. If your political representative does not declare themselves as middle ground politics, they are not working for you. Look at this sentence. Reducing the population by Kamala Harris. Reducing the population equals depopulation.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
The hint here is reducing the population. How are they going to do that? I don't think I need to say here. I think you've already guessed what they're doing. Another question. Invest in electric cars? It brings up a question that's quite serious. Are there enough resources on this planet to replace all the cars with electric cars? Another question. When did you last turn on your tap and the water was undrinkable? Another question. When did you last step out your home and you could not breathe clean air? I lived in China for 8 years. It is claimed to be the most polluted country. And yet I never met these problems. Why? Because we humans have the technology to counter these problems. And we have done that. As for reducing the population, I have travelled all over this planet. Most of it doesn't have people in. Please go and research this. It is true. The frightening thing is that people in her audience are clapping and cheering for their own depopulation. This is a man who dropped out of college. Pause and look at how many organisations around the world he pretty much controls through donating money to them. Now do your research online and look at what he says about depopulating the planet. Raise your hand if you voted for him and gave him this type of power. Here is another charming character from the globalists. He can direct our governments. He can tell us this kind of statement, you will own nothing and you will be happy. And he is serious. Do you recall ever being asked to vote for him and give him such power? Here we have another charming gentleman from the globalist lineup. How on earth did he get so much money? Who made sure he had that? And what is he doing in return to those who enabled him? Why is he allowed to interfere in our societies and our political systems? Who voted for him? Who gave him that right? And another gentleman with very strong connections to the globalist movement. And again, a college dropout who became super wealthy. And how did it happen? A basic overview of what he's done. He's created platforms online, or he has been able to pay people to do that. And the platforms offer you a chance to talk to each other. In return, the amount of data he collects on you is astonishing. And where does that data go? How secure is it? Research Facebook and find out how much has been leaked to external agencies by Facebook. Please do research how he set up drop boxes, he financed them in America, and why is he doing that? Why is he even involved in the voting system? Please do your research on this. Again, I ask the question, do you recall ever voting for him to give him this amount of power? Do you ever recall that happening? I could go on forever posting pictures here of globalists that have become super rich and powerful, and everybody has to ask one obvious question. Who channels the money to them? Who enables them? And what favours do they do back for those people? Take a look at the next slide. I won't talk on that slide. It's got one word. You need to research the connections. The ever popular and really rather likeable Mr. Musk. But I conclude he is in the globalist lineup. In fact, he's up there at the top. He is the richest man in the world in an incredibly short amount of time. Good cop, bad cop routine. It's very interesting. You use two players. One comes across as not so popular, and the other one talks in a way that he is absolutely nice and popular. But both of them are working for someone else for the same objective. Does Mr. Musk fall into the good cop, bad cop routine? Let's wait and see what happens in the future. The windows to the soul are the eyes. One of these men is a failed prime minister. The other one, I'm not going to name him because my video will receive a lot of attention. But if ever I could talk to him, I would like to ask him, "Hi, who is the richest man in the world? Is it Elon Musk?" I think his answer would be very, very interesting. Klaus Schwab, this might seem strange to you, but people don't want a future where they own nothing, because that suggests anything they need, they have to either rent it or beg it or get consent to use it. Are you going to give up everything you own and put yourself through the same lifestyle? We know the answer is no. Also, you boast about infiltrating countries around the world and putting politicians in control of those countries. England, the EU, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America. Who gave you the right to do that? Your dream for the world is the exact opposite of what we the people want. Hello, guess who I am? I'm very rich. I love money. It's really great, isn't it? I'm your Prime Minister. Okay, none of you voted for me, but the political party I'm in, we are great at shuffling around and changing Prime Ministers. Each of them get a set of designated tasks. They do the tasks, then they step down, step into the shadows, and they hope we will forget what they've done. Don't worry that you never voted for me. Don't think about who I really work for. What I'm interested in, of course to protect you and make your life convenient, is to remove cash and bring in a digital currency, which by the way has a limited lifespan. So if you're thinking of saving money in the bank account using it, tut tut tut, don't be silly, we won't let you. My biggest task is to join all the apps and the corporations who own them into what Tony Blair once described as the Internet of Things. What that actually is what they've successfully done in China, a social credit score. We know you want it. We want to protect you and help you. We don't want you making decisions. So with this system, we will have 100% control of your life. You will only be able to do what we approve of. Isn't that great? This is what politics is about. Don't go for middle ground politics. It's a buffer against tyranny and corruption. None of us want that. We want leaders that none of us had voted for. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of Defeat Corruption News. There will be more programs coming out. This is video 1. And in the future, we will cover current news stories. Here we've just looked at the lead into what creates those stories. Thank you for enjoying this video, and remember, whenever we do anything to take away your rights, we do it to protect you.
It's Good News Week. Someone's found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. Have you heard the news?